bless everybody this morning. I'm here to make this video in the name of Jesus. I'll do this not for myself, but for my grandsons, all my kids that may be going through some things right now. And I'm praying that, Lord, whatever it is that they're going through, that you will bring them through it. For you, the only one can do it. There's nothing too hard for God. When it's too hard for us, it's just right for you. We thank you for another day, and we pray that you will be with us through this day, that you will keep the enemy back from us today. Guide our path, be the lamp to our feet and the light to our path. Touch our hearts and our minds, renew our hearts. Lord, renew our minds and cleanse our hearts. Bless anyone out there, Lord, that's suffering, that don't need to suffer. All they have to do is turn back to you. Give your life to the Lord, and let them be blessed by you. Let us not lean on our own understanding, but every word of God. Let us trust your plans and your power. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Good morning, Tyler. I just want to say that I've been praying for you. And I'm hoping that you're doing everything now different than what you used to do. Because if you're not doing anything different, then that means you haven't changed. I was praying that you get back in school. I'm praying that you do good, and that you stay to keep your hands in God's hands from now on. If you're not doing that, then I just want to share this with you. Don't be like I was. See, when I was 17 years old, I started drinking. I started smoking weed. I didn't go to church no more. I didn't believe nobody was leading me in the right direction. Instead, I believed in the people that was hiding behind a mask, the ones that considered themselves as my friend, the one I thought was my friends. I allowed them to come into my heart and to steer me in the wrong direction. That is why I started drinking, and that is why I started smoking weed, because I was hanging out with the wrong people. People I thought was friends of mine. Any friend will not allow their friends to abandon their family, to do drugs and drink alcohol. They would steer you to the way that the Lord wants you to go. That's a friend. And we only have one true friend, and that's Jesus. And if we're not following him, then we're following the enemy. And the enemy is only here to kill, steal, and destroy. And believe me, he will do it. See, he taking everything from me. He took every single thing. I'm talking about family. I'm talking about cars. I'm talking about homes. I'm talking about clothes that was on my back, food from my table. I'm talking about a bed to sleep in. See, I lost all of this. All of this because I was following the people behind the mask. See, you put your faith in the things that you see, then that's not faith. See, you got to, faith is when you believe in something that you can't see. Just because you can't see God, just because you can't see God, doesn't mean God isn't there. You got to believe, you got to have faith that he's there, that he's going to do exactly what he says he's going to do for you if you do what he asks you to do. See, you got to have no other God before him. He's always got to be the God, the only God in your life. He's the only way you can go. I made a mistake, and I put myself before everything and everybody. Don't you make that mistake. But see, when you put yourself first, then you don't believe that God is not in you at all. You don't believe in him, and he's not in you. When you think you can do things on your own, you don't need nobody's help, you're leading yourself to destruction. this is what I did. See, I believed that I was doing what was right. I didn't want to listen to nobody. I listened to my friends first because I thought they had my back. But trust me, they did not have my back. Only thing they had for me was a way of going down, down, down. But God pulled me from these pits. I had to get down on my knees and I had to pray that the Lord, you got to change my way. Give me the right direction. Put me in the way that I should be going. I did that numerous times. It didn't happen overnight. I had to keep doing it. Because every time I did it, as soon as I got through, I walk out the door, the enemy would show up with some kind of something. See, I don't care what it was. He'd come up with a bottle or some weed, and I fall weak right then. I didn't have the strength to rebuke him. I didn't have the strength to say no. See, that's our problem. We don't want to say no. We want to have a good time. We want to be trapped up with these quick, instant money, instant fame. It doesn't happen like that for people that has to live right. When God is in you, everything of the world is against you. So they're going to try to do their best to make you do what's wrong. And when you start following the enemy, you'll lose your family. You'll lose all these material things that you have that God has blessed you with in the beginning. And you allow the devil to come in and take all that from you. But there's only one way you can get it back. Is that way you're going to have to go down on your knees and you're going to have to accept God back into your life. See, I didn't know this. It took me 60 years to get this together. And that's why God allowed me to make this video right here. So I can be a testimony for anybody that's going the way that I went. And see, I started out with that drinking and that smoking that weed. That was just the beginning. Because eventually, the world is going to lead you something else. When they see that they got you going on that, then they'll bring something else in there to help destroy you even quicker. And that means you'll start doing maybe pills. And then them pills don't work no more. Then they'll bring the crack, the cocaine in. Then they'll bring the crack in. Then he has heroin. See, the devil has so many disguises. And he got a way of tricking. He's the father of all tricks. Nobody has more tricks than the devil. The world can trick you in anything, man. If you're not careful, if you're not prayerful, you can be caught up in these things. And these things are here to only to distract you from the goodness of the Lord. And if you fall for any of these things, you are done. You are done. Some people don't get out. Some people been doing drugs for 50 years and still stuck. They don't have nothing. From day to day, all they do is wake up and figure out how they going to get high today. Who they going to go, who house they going to today to have something. I want to hang out with so-and-so because he got a pocket full of money. He got all kind of stuff that I like to do. Spend all my time with them. Have no time for God. So when you ain't got time for God, he has no time for you. So he'll let you go into this world. He'll allow you to do what you think is right. So this is your plan. You think it's right for you to get yourself blowed. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about nobody but me. And I hope you're not in this situation because I'm going to tell you where you're going to end up. Because when I got caught up in the weed and the alcohol, I just graduated from that and went straight to pills, acid. I did cocaine, I did crack, and did all that and still had to drink. I never was satisfied. I kept on trying to feed these things to try to stay so high enough so I wouldn't even have to face none of my problems. You know, I even tried to go to school under the influences, and it wouldn't even happen. I couldn't concentrate because my mind was always on having a good time. I never had my mind right. So everything I tried to do was a failure. I lost everything. If I didn't wreck my cars, I lost the cars at the tow yard. Or didn't have money, even if I had the money to get it out, I wasn't gonna do that because I wanted to go and enjoy myself. I try to pay something on it, and then eventually I'll just lose that money because paying on something is not paying it out. So that's not gonna get it out. All I was doing was just paying interest on stuff, just keep them from selling it. And then eventually they end up selling it anyway because I just lost that money, just going in there trying to minimize things. You can't minimize your life. You got to have a maximum part. God needs all of you. You can't give him just some of you and then get the world some of you. You can't do it. You're going to either have to get the world all of you or you're going to give it all to God. So I've made the mistake and gave it to the world. And the world accepted it. And then once they got me pulled in and drained, then they turned me loose. And when you get turned loose, they gonna turn you loose. You ain't gonna have nothing. You ain't gonna have nobody. You're gonna have a big bad habit that you can't afford. You done lost the family because nobody wants to be around nobody that all they want to do is sit up and play games and smoke and drink. That's the worst mistake I've ever made, man. And to believe me that the mistake stays with me. It's a reminder to me that there's somewhere that I don't want to go back to. It took me a long, long time. So if you're doing any of these things, don't do it. Get out while you can because it's going to ruin your life. I spent numerous times in jail. I was robbed. I was in places where they kicked the doors in. Beaten sometimes, got beat up because of the fact that I was trying to rip somebody off. It leads to all kind of destruction. So when you got bitterness in you, bitterness leads to a lot of trouble. When you get in trouble, you're going to either do two things. Trouble brings two things to you. This either you're going to be in jail or you end up in hell. See, God put this on me so I can tell somebody else. You don't want to go to jail because there you don't have no freedom at all. You go to bed when they tell you to go to bed. You get up when they tell you to get up. You watch what they tell you to watch on TV. You have no games to play. And you got all these different personalities you got to deal with. So it's a lot of anger in there, a lot of bitter people in there. There's a lot of people in there that ain't like you. And see, the problem with me, I figure I was not like them. Exactly wrong. I was 100% like them. I was right where I was supposed to be because I was doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing. So they made me just like them. It's just some of them just even worse. And see, if you don't be careful, that somebody can be you. You can be caught up. You can be doing prison time. I never did prison time, but I did quite a few times in jail. The longest I ever was in jail was 6 months. And trust me, 6 months in jail, it's like 6 months of pure hell. And if you ever go to jail, that would make you not want to ever go to hell. Because jail is hell, but hell is 100 times worse. And I couldn't deal with jail, so I knew I don't want to go to hell. I gave God my life for a reason because I had nowhere else to go. In spite of all that I've done, all the years that I did it, he still accepted me back into the family. He still brought my family back to me. He forgave me from all the things that I did wrong and the people that I did wrong to. See, that's another thing. Everybody that you hurt in your life, you have to go back and apologize to them and ask for forgiveness. And then you got to forgive yourself. God already forgave you. And forgive yourself. Love yourself enough to love others first. Put God first in your life. and stop listening to the people in the world and following their tracks, because they leading you to destruction. And once they destroy you, then they turn you loose. They got no more use for you. They look for some other soul that they can destroy. They done destroyed yours, so it don't matter. See, the thing about it, you can't go around believing everything everybody in the world tell you, because it make it sound good to you. Everything that look good to you ain't good for you. You gotta stop putting your eyes on things that others have. Stop wanting to be like somebody that ain't nobody. See, all the things that you see that these other people have that is doing it illegal, it won't last. It all has an ending, and most of the time that ending is bad. And if you don't be careful, you'll get caught up in these old worldly things, and this worldly things is what destroys you. While you're a young man, my best thing to tell you is to trust the Lord. The reason why I say that is because I put my trust in Him, and ever since I've done that, He has blessed my life. I have not had this much fun, happiness. I haven't been this high. Even when I was doing drugs, I couldn't get this high. I'm high now, knowing a natural high that God has placed on me. He just put stuff, restored things that I lost. And most of all, He restored my mind, and He restored my heart. See, I didn't realize now that whatever I need, that He'll give me if I would just only follow Him. See, when I'm following that world, you can't ask the Lord to bless you. See, you get up in the mornings and you have plans, but your plans don't include God. See, your plans didn't have God first in it. See, that's when you make these plans and they don't work out for you. That's because you forgot to ask God for permission. You forgot to ask God what plans He had for you to do today. And when you try to do your own thing without God, it fails. Then when it fails, the first person you oh God, please help me. Why should He help you? You didn't even include Him in your plan. He's not even included in it. Now you want Him to fix something that's already broken. Well, I'm telling you, He already done let you know, without me, you can do nothing. It's only with me that you can do anything, because nothing is impossible for God. And when you're trying to do the impossible, you can't do it. That's why it's a failure. That's why we need somebody that can do all the impossible things. We need God in our life, whether you want Him or not. And He gonna let you know that. But everything you try to do is gonna be a failure. You ain't gonna be able to play no football. You ain't gonna be able to get a good job. Even if you get it, you ain't gonna be able to keep it. So it's just trickery of the devil. The devil making you think that you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. God ain't gonna do nothing for you. And I got this money for you right now. All you gotta do is go out here and sell a little bit. Why work when you can sell drugs and make money real quick? Boy, that's just hell for you right there. That's destruction. That's another trick of the devil. I told you he's the master of tricks. Can't nobody elude you better than the devil. He's the master of illusions. He's the master of lies, deceitfulness. He can do everything. He can know just how to destroy you. He knows just what your weaknesses are. And see, He'll make sure you get everything you want. Then He'll laugh at you and take it from you just because you destroy it. When you're trying to live right, He's gonna send things in your life, in your path that He know that you can't deal, that you can't say no to. But that's when you have to get on your knees and you ask God to help you to say no to this, to rebuke everything, and rebuke Him and get Him out of your life. Ask Him to take what's in your heart and mind out that ain't supposed to be there, that ain't of Him. Ask Him to bless your heart and your mind and guide your path, man, because without Him, you're not going to succeed in life. You'll just be wasting time. And for God's sake, while we talking about time, don't waste all your time on idle things. When you're at home and you're alone, don't worry about getting on video games or watching the TV or MTV or BET, whatever these kids watch now. Don't worry about the television. You got to give God some of your time. You got to go down on your knees and you pray and you pray and you listen. You be still and just listen sometime, and you can hear God speaking to you. Read your Bible. Not just read it. Ask God to give you understanding in these words, man. Because everybody read the Bible don't understand the Bible. You ask God for understanding in it. It took me years. I've been reading the Bible for years, but I never tried to take time to understand it. I never asked God to give me understanding. But once I asked Him, and He showed me what the words that He was saying, He explained it to me in my mind because I listened to Him. I allowed Him to come into my mind and take everything that the world has put in it and put what God has put in it, and you will see there's no comparison. Everything the world have told you was just a lie. Every place the world is leading you is just a lie. But see, God has a way for you, man. And if the way you go, if you go the way God wants you to go, you will be more blessed than anything. You have honest money. You don't have to look over your shoulders about it. You have a good job. You have something that you can be proud of. You have something your daughter can be proud of. Speaking of your daughter, let me remind you of this. The steps that you're taking right now, it's going to be the steps that your daughter's going to be watching. The steps that you're taking right now, it's going to be the steps people judging you by. See, they're going to remember you as a football player. And if you're not doing good in it, they're going to talk about you. Yeah, they're going to talk behind your back, in your face. They'll try to humiliate you. They don't want you to succeed. So you start believing things they talk about. You start doing things that they do. You try to fit in when you're supposed to stand out. That's the purpose. That's what God wants you. See, the thing of it is, you have to realize that God made you in the image of Him. All men was made in the image of God. And we all are kings. There's no other man richer than you. No other man has no more than you. Because God give you what your heart's desire if you believe and follow Him. So, with these people you looking at that has this and has that, so be it. When God wants you to have something, when you give your life to God, you will come up over them. And you'll be done it honestly. And you'll be able to enjoy the fruit better than somebody that out there is doing something illegal to get where they are. Because once they get there, they ain't going to be able to stay there. Because here you got somebody else trying to get where he's at, so they end up shooting, killing each other. You know, jealousy is there. Because you got more than this man got. So they fight over positions, they fight over corners, they fight to have power. You don't have to fight for power because God is all power. Let God give you the power that you need to succeed, man. There's no quick way of doing nothing, no quick way of living. When you do something like that, you jeopardizing your life, your family life, and everything.